Hi, I'm Q, and I'm going to help you walk through the steps to form your very own narrative for your very own campaign. Let's get started.
All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
So today we're going to be going over how I write a narrative. So there are a few things that need to come to mind when you're writing your narrative, and everybody's heard of them. They're the who, what, when, where, and why. And these 5 simple steps are going to help you write a narrative that get your players excited to participate. So first, let's start with who. Who is taking place in your campaign? Is it 1 to 2 extra players besides yourself? Or do you have a smorgasbord like I do? Well, you're gonna have to know who's going to be involved in this campaign, so that way you can write a theme around them and kind of get an idea of where the narrative might be going or how it's even starting. Not only does it give you a jumping off point, but it also means that you don't have to come up with something 100% original to be exciting and fun. This also eliminates a lot of the groundwork for the person who's organizing and writing the narrative event for the Crusade. Next is, what are they fighting over? Typically, militaries don't just go to war over nothing. Normally, there has to be something that's worth the military expedition. It's very expensive and logistics are hard. So, what is it that your armies and your factions are fighting over? Make sure to make it something that is canonically feasible, but also realistic. What is a just cause for your faction? Even the Imperium doesn't just waste soldiers. Not on purpose, anyways. There has to be something that is bought with the lives of the people who fight. So what is it? Figure that out, and you're gonna figure out the hook to your crusade. A girl worth fighting for. Third, when are they fighting? A fun thing that I've done in my narratives for role-playing games and other crusades is having the setting take place before another big event that's been canonically written down. Take a shot every time I say canonically. The Fall of Cadia. Perhaps you have a campaign that takes place before that, and yours took place, right before the Fall of Cadia. So maybe your campaign affected that outcome. Maybe your campaign is the reason that Cadia just couldn't get enough resources or items, or soldiers were taken away from a fight that was also important there. This is a really fun and exciting little hook for people to be a part of, because it makes them feel like, even though they're not being written about in the main story from your favorite game developer, it still makes them feel as though they're a part of the grander scheme of things, and everybody loves that. For another example, think about Rogue One in the Star Wars series. Whatever your opinion of the movie might be, it was important to the plot line. Even though they only recently had a movie made, they were central to the events that took place in the first 3 movies. Leia wouldn't have been kidnapped. There would be no plans for the Death Star. The rebels wouldn't have anything to really go off of, but they were important nonetheless. And this could be your people in a narrative. Yes, but where are they fighting? Where are they fighting? This kind of goes with the when question. You see, this can help set up your hook as well. For example, what if Tyranids are about to attack a sector that's never had an issue with Tyranids before? They're unprepared. So now you have 2 factions, Imperium and Nids, that are about to fight it out, but they're completely unprotected. Well, this gives you a setting in a completely remote part of the galaxy where you have some space and some room to really grow out your own campaign's experience. Who knows? Maybe this further fuels other campaign narratives that you have in the future, because one planet set off a domino effect into other planets and other sectors. Most importantly, why are they fighting? This one's really important, and it might have largely been answered by the who, but it gives you more of a reason, a purpose, What is the one thing your faction's going to war over? What's the important objective in this storyline, in this crusade? For example, those of you who know the old Necron lore should know that before they changed, Necrons just kind of used to be mindless automatons. Automatons. They used to be just automatons, and they would wake up on a planet and then just start blasting everybody. Blasting. They just start blasting everybody like an army full of Terminators from the Terminator movies. It's not really exciting. But now with the new lore, they have dynasties. Some are good, some treat their people bad, and some are still just mindless automatons. You have so much room to explore your faction, and you really should take the opportunity to do that. So you need a breaking point. I mean, what ultimately is dragging more than one other person, if you have more than one other person participating in this crusade, what drags them into this? Some examples might be Tyranid incursion, and this is the perfect time for the Drukhari to come in raiding and you know, taking what they want from the Imperial citizens. Or is this a planet with an ancient civilization and relics that have, you know, long since passed away to time immemorial, and now you need to keep this relic or these machines away from the foul Xenos? Or perhaps, you know, you need to go and take it because you're trying to break this war of attrition and you just can't put forward any more people. And now this item is key to your victory and your success. Not everyone has to be a power player, though. They just need to be involved. Perhaps you have multiple people of the same faction. Perhaps they're working together. Have 2 chaos players? Maybe they're in the same forces, and that saves you a little bit of narrative time. You don't have to write as much, but everyone should be involved in some manner when you start your narrative. I was also thinking about maybe having a sit down where we go through each one of these steps and I show you a video, or maybe we do a stream where we put these into action. We actually go through each step and come up with a narrative all of our own, so you can really get a sense of how I do it. Also, I was thinking about maybe recording a video or doing some kind of voiceover narrative thing for my campaign, which we have called Campaign Ibis. So I was thinking about maybe doing something like that. If you're interested, please let me know down below, and I'll see what I can do about it, because we're having a great time. There's 7 of us, and we have climbed from 25 power level all the way to 75. It's been a blast. It's been amazing. Thanks for watching, guys. This has been Q for Crusade.
All it takes is some time and some clarity to find your identity. It's mind over everything.
Narratives. I think that's our intro. If we can make every one of them weird and awkward and funny, we nailed it.
Okay.